Hey guys, and welcome back to another Free Plugin Friday where we look at free plugins that you can use in your productions. Now today we are looking at another plugin from Acustica Audio, and this one is the Coral2 Baxter. Now this is kind of like an extra free plugin which is related to the Coral2 mastering package, which is a whole lot of mastering plugins. This one is free though, and it's a lot more simple than those plugins. It's basically a Baxandall EQ circuit designed for mastering. And you can see here you have very simple controls, 6 controls, but basically 3 for low frequencies and 3 for high frequencies. Very simple to use. We're going to go through some of the features, some of the sounds on the master bus, and on a few different sources. One thing to also point out, as with most Acustica Audio plugins, there's a 0 latency mode and a non-zero latency mode. We're going to use the normal mode. I'm not sure how much that affects the sound. It probably has to do with oversampling and some other things going on. The Acustica algorithms are very complicated. I think they use a bunch of sampling and all kinds of stuff going on. So we're going to be using that. The only thing to note is with most acoustic audio plugins that I've had, there is a little bit of a delay when it comes to sounds and the controls, but we'll see. For example, when you click on the pre, you can see it takes a little bit of time. Let's go through the features. Let's have a listen to it. So you've got low frequency, high frequency, and a pre. Pre is kind of obvious. It comes in a lot of these acoustic audio plugins, and it's a distortion algorithm based on some form of preamp, so that can be bypassed and unbypassed depending on if you like the sound of it or not. We will listen to it. Then you've got low frequency over here where you have a high pass filter which is stepped, and then you have a shelving filter which is stepped in frequency but has a variable gain of -5 to +5. Now the reason it is stepped, especially in the frequency, is because this is a mastering EQ, and most mastering EQs are stepped, so you can get very kind of specific frequencies and you can balance them from left to right. Now this is a stereo plugin, I believe, so you don't really have left or right. You've just got low frequency and high frequency, but they're big kind of Coral2 EQ, I believe, has mid-side processing and left, right, and all this stuff, so you can get more into that for your mastering needs. On the high frequency, we have exactly the same, except the opposite. So we have shelves that go down to 1.6, all stepped, and then we have a cut filter. It starts at 70 hertz, 28, all the way down to 7.5. So we're going to have a listen to all of them. We've just got it on this dance track. You might have heard it from another video I did a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of videos this is in. It might not be the best example for mastering, but we're mainly just going to look at the features rather than kind of going for a video on mastering. I may compare this to other mastering plugins. I don't do a lot of mastering, but it could be cool to just compare it to other kind of subtle EQs. Anyway, let's have a look at all the different features. Okay, let's start off with the cut in the low end. Now, for a lot of you may not even hear that because the highest cut is 40. Sorry, the highest cut is 54. But what I'm going to do is pull up Infinite EQ because it has a nice analyzer, and we'll have a look. So let's have a look at our frequencies here. There, you can see that coming out there. So we actually have a lot of low frequency information going on. You might not be able to hear it unless you've got really good subs. So it could be useful to cut out maybe 18. because you're not going to hear that on most sound systems and it might just cause headroom issues. Obviously we can go up to 54 like I said. Kick's probably going to be the biggest difference. Listen to the kick. Okay, let's go have a look at this shelf. What I'm going to do is boost up the gain, 3 dB. Well, let's go all the way to 5 dB so we can hear the differences. Okay, just adjusting the volume to compensate for the 5 dB boost. That's the only thing this doesn't have. Volume control or automatic gain compensation would be great, but it's free. 84. These are very smooth bands. I know we're only boosting 5 dB, but it's just super smooth. And these are odd frequencies they've picked, but they do sound good. Let's have a look at the cut range then. So you can really hear with the low end, it's super smooth, it's quite subtle because this is intended for mastering, and it just means you can just really massage those frequencies to be exactly how you want them. Just subtle moves in your mastering chain just to get you right there without causing lots of phase issues or kind of distortions or any of that. So let's have a look at the high end. The high end's where you're going to really hear how smooth a plugin like this can be. So let's go back to boosting it up. So that's 18, that's the air frequencies. 7.1. Starting to hear it really come in. And again, it's so smooth. We've gone all the way down to 1.6. We've got a 5 dB boost on 1.6. For a good example of this, if we have a shelf here, let's just use this EQ. We have a shelf here at 1.6, 5 dB. Let's just listen to the difference. So we're going to use Infinite EQ, which is a really nice EQ, but let's have a listen to that compared to this Baxandall. Now, I could actually adjust all these curves, but let's just go with a default curve. See how it's a little bit smoother? Has a little bit niceness at the top. So yeah, very smooth. Let's just have a look at the cut. Just, go back through them with the cut. So smooth, you can still hear it. You're hearing it much below 18 make a difference. Let's have a look at the visualizer here. Let's just quickly listen to now this cut control. So this is the low pass. Look here. So you can control, you can high pass if you've got some stuff going on. You can low pass if you've got some kind of high fizzly stuff. You can really add something with that shelf, and it's all very smooth and subtle, and it's not going to just completely destroy your mix, which is what you want from a mastering style EQ. So let's just listen to the pre. Pre is now on. Quite subtle. So adding something maybe. Listen to the claps. Kind of hear a little bit of something going on there. Okay, let's now just add a little bit of sizzle, a little bit of punch, just kind of mess with it on this track. Have a listen at what we can do with it. Bit of air. Maybe warm it up a little bit. So you can really hear how it's smooth, it's really subtle, but it just adds a nice sheen and can just add a little bit of warmth to the low end without sounding aggressive, without getting too many harmonics involved. So I'm going to kind of leave it there. I was going to put it on some sources, but I think it's just a little bit too subtle for this kind of source. I think if you've got some really natural sounding sources, maybe some really delicate piano or some orchestra stuff, it'd be really good there too, where you don't want to get real harsh. You don't want to kind of bring out too much negative frequencies. You just want like this smooth kind of nice little addition to the high end or low end. So that's been Coral2, Baxter, and another free plugin Friday. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoy this video and you want to see more videos. Free plugin Friday is every single Friday. Go check out the old ones, be there when the new ones come out. You can watch them anytime, or you can watch them when they premiere. Premieres change times. Sometimes it's actually Saturday my time, sometimes it's Friday my time. It really depends. Mix it up a lot, but it tends to be about 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. From Friday, Saturday, Australian time, to kind of fit in with the US time. But I try to get them up earlier now so I can set the premiere date so you can see the premieres. So go visit premieres, but again, with YouTube, you can watch it anytime you like. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.